Uprising. Wow. This show is good. So this show is kind of like Clone Wars to me, right? Where the prequels were not very good movies at all. And then you get to Clone Wars and it's like, wait, what? This show is actually like amazing and better than these high budget live action films. Like, not that, something that's animated can't be good or better than a live action film, because plenty of things are, but like, in the sense that it was a kid's show and it was doing all this stuff, and it's like, what? This? How? What world is this? How does this work? How did this get to be as good as it is? I don't know, but like, I love it. And this is the same thing. It's Tron and Legacy and Tron. We're not that great at movies. Like, they're fine. They're fun. I enjoy Tron Legacy a lot. I prefer the first Tron. But like, on an objective scale, Tron Legacy is the better movie. And this show comes out of nowhere. It is amazing. And the sad thing is, the show clearly had more to tell. It was only one season long. And I can tell why. First off, this show stars Elijah Wood and has Mandy Moore as one of the voices. If you don't know who Mandy Moore is, she's Rapunzel from Tangled. She's not that expensive, but she can be. I don't know how much she got paid for the show, but the reason I say that is because she's in Tangled, the series. But that might have been she just wanted to come back and play that character. This might have actually been that she got paid to be the voice in the series. Elijah Wood, he's a celebrity from Lord of the Rings. He's a big deal. Plus, the animation in the show is gorgeous. It's stylized. It's high budget, so it was probably really expensive to make. So they made this show, but this show is it's a one season long CG animated series that is set in between Tron and Tron Legacy. It focuses on the Tron from the original movie, training a new Tron and starting a civil war within the world of Tron, and kind of all that happening. I'm not going to say much more than that because you should watch this show. It is good. Even if you don't like Tron, this show is good. Who cares? Watch it. Because it is really dark. And when I say dark, I don't mean like, oh my gosh, it's so edgy and dark. No, I mean like, this show is not fun. It's miserable at times, in a good way though, because this is set like in the midst of the beginning of a civil war, and the characters you really change and develop. You learn their backstories, and they're all interesting and fascinating. It's such a well-paced show, has such great action, well-paced stuff. But what I mean when it's miserable, it's not fun to watch, because you're like, man, this world, it's falling apart, and you see all that, and it's very violent for a Disney show. Like, the characters characters constantly dying, and it's like, yeah, it's a video game world, but like, still, it's more violent than any of the other Tron movie, than any of the actual Tron movies. There's really dark, messed up violence, where like, there's a scene where this guy, like, well, I guess I can't say it's a spoiler, so I'm not going to, but you need to watch it, and it would be very difficult to explain anyways, but you need to watch this show. Like, it is so good. The voice acting, the characters, everything about the music, it's phenomenal. It's a fantastic 10 out of 10 show. Well, okay. We'll bump it down to a 9 out of 10. It ends on a cliffhanger, ends a little too short, and some of the episodes can feel a little at the beginning, like, especially the side characters, but then when you get towards the end of the show, you kind of see, okay, they're doing something with these characters. They're changing the story. So there's a little too many episodes of them just using those side characters. But I think they use them in a way that's so effective. It's like, okay, so you were getting to this. It's worth it. But still, you could have used them a little bit better in the beginning. But overall, 9 out of 10 show. A plus is what I want to give this show. But I don't know. It's so good. I don't know why in my latest reviews I've kind of been giving things scores like A plus. It's really not like I guess I'm just using it as an example, but like I don't give movies and TV shows grades, but I love this. I love this show, and I wish we could have got more. Unfortunately, we won't. And again, I think it's because the show was just so expensive. And Tron Legacy, but it wasn't okay. So it wasn't like a huge flop, but it was like kind of a disappointment, I guess. And you know, kind of, you got the show that's supposed to set up Tron Legacy, and it's like, okay, no, you know, this is expensive. Not many people are gonna watch it because it's connected to a film, and also like the show seemed like it was aiming more at adults. So I don't know how much kids would have gotten into this, and so it's like, yeah, it was an easy cutoff. I totally get why it didn't do that well, but still, taking a risk like this, making a series like this, especially on Disney XD of all places, is like, wow, you did that. But it's a welcome effort, and they made something really good and really well done that unfortunately we'll never get more. And I'm satisfied with not ever getting more. If one day we got some announcement, hey, we're making more Tron Uprising, I'd be like, cool. Do I need it? Probably not.